Hi, everybody. It's Kelly. Namaste, and I hope you are all well. And this video finds you healthy and happy and navigating your way through 2021. Chuck is here with me. Let me give you a little shot of Chuck. Say hi, Chuck. Chuck is here to add support. So let's start today with, we'll start on our backs, and I've got a block, I've got two blocks, a strap, also have a bolster, and I have a blanket. So hopefully you've got some of those things or things around the house that can suffice for those props. Okay, so here we go. Let's meet on the mat and lie down. You put your legs over the bolster if you have one, or a couple of pillows under your legs, so that when you lie down, the pull of the legs is not so strong or overbearing on your back, and your feet can dangle. Excuse me. I'm going to suggest that you put your left hand on your heart, right hand on the belly, and we'll take a couple moments here to close the eyes. Start to move toward the breath. Shoulders relax, throat relaxes and opens. Feel your breath coming in through the nose, expanding in the belly, and breathing out and letting your body settle toward the ground, toward the mat. We'll take a couple minutes here, letting the body settle and become maybe teachable. Maybe the body becomes teachable here. The mind settles. There's space in between the thoughts. Space in the body that becomes revealed to us. Let's try taking a deeper breath in. Exhale the breath out. Inhale. Can you pause at the top of your breath? And exhale. And pause at the bottom of the breath. Try again. Breathe in. Pausing at the top for just a moment. Exhale. And pause at the bottom. Let's go one more time like that. Breathing in. Pause at the top of the breath. And exhale. And pause at the bottom of the breath. Good. Let's let the arms relax out to the sides. Palms facing up, shoulders releasing into the ground. And again, just finding space here. Let's begin to bend the knees a little bit more and bring the soles of the feet together if you can. And just see how that feels in your hips. If this is not a good position for you to be in, to start with, try the opposite, where you're letting your knees fall together and your feet are apart. So feet together, knees apart, or knees together and feet apart. Let's wrap the arms around the chest here. Giving yourself a little hug, maybe a big hug around, reaching hands around toward the outer shoulders. Let's inhale and open the arms, and then recross with the other arm on top. Couple of breaths. Jaw is soft, face is soft, and encouraging ourselves to bring more attention down into the body. I'm trying to move away from the thinking mind so much and just be in the body. All right, let's slide our legs across the bolster then. Reach the arms up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Let the palms face each other. And you're going to reach a little bit further up with your right arm and release that. Reach a little further up with your left arm. You can see that I'm rocking my head a little bit to the side here too. So I can get more lift, more reach, more length, right? Let's make this about length and space here. Space in the upper back, and in the neck, and the shoulders. We feel a little bit of work from the legs here, helping move into the twist and the reach. We'll go one more on each side, reaching up a little further with the right, up a little further with the left. Back to centered. Stretch your arms back over the top of your head. Let's bend the knees here. Bring the feet to the bolster. And then you just use your feet to push the bolster out of the way so that you can have that clear space on your mat. Okay? Arms are still back. We're going to interlace the fingers, turn the palms away from the top of the head. Try to straighten your elbows here and lengthen the sides of your body. Let's just breathe. Now bring the arms up toward the ceiling. Rotate so the palms face you and grab that right shin, right knee, draw it into you. And lengthen the left leg out long. And that frees up that right foot so that we can circle it around in one direction and around in the other. Little pointing and flexing. And slide the hands around the back of the leg then and straighten the leg up. Ooh, that's a little tight in there for me. I'm going to actually let go with the arms and allow the leg to be up there on its own. I'll add that circling at the ankle and around in the other direction. A little bit of pointing and flexing. Okay, then rebend the knee. Reach around the back of your leg again. See if you can pull the navel to the spine, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Lift your left leg off the ground. Might be that you have a hand behind the head here to support yourself a little bit more. If you can, straighten your right leg again and walk your hands up toward the back of the calf. And so we've got this ability to do a little bit of rocking here, using the abs, massaging out the back. All right, let's come to stillness. Bring that right leg into you, bending your elbows, getting into the stretch here. Oh, that feels really good. All right, everything comes down. Rebend the right knee. Drop the foot to the floor. Rebend your other. So both feet are on the floor. Open your arms. Palms up, biceps up. Sweep your arms back over the top of your head. Interlace your fingers the weird way. Other index finger is on top. We'll turn the palms away from the top of the head again. Stretch straight through your elbows if you can. Nice big breath in. Let it go. Let's bring the arms back up. Flip the palms back over. Grab that left knee or shin and pull it into you. Try straightening your right leg down the mat. Okay? It frees up that left foot. We'll take a few circles around. And the other direction. Connecting body and breath. Still a little pointing and flexing here. Good. All right, now slide your hands around the back of the leg and then straighten that leg as you can. I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side. Just let the arms come down to rest here. Now freeze up that left foot. We'll circle around again. In the other direction. Length and space, right? That's what we're going for here. Length and spaciousness. Relax your shoulders. Good. Rebend that left knee. Bring your hands around the back of the leg here. Tuck in the belly pretty good. Tuck the chin. Curl yourself up. Use your abdominals. Lift your right leg. Hand behind the head if you need some extra support. Okay. I'm trying to straighten that left leg. Walk the hands up the back of the calf. Let's rock a little bit here. The whole body working as a unit and massaging out the back. If this is not comfortable, just stay still, skip the rocking. We'll come back to stillness here and draw that left leg to the chest. Breathing, extending through both legs. Good. Everything comes down. Bend the knee back into the chest, and then the left foot on the floor, right foot on the floor. Stretch both arms back over the top of the head. Arch your back a little bit. Interlace your fingers again. Pull the navel to the spine. Bring the hands around the back of the head here. Cup the back of the head and support yourself. All right, let's go up and down a little. So working into the abdominals. Exhaling as we come up and inhaling as we come down. So I'm going to slow this down a little bit. Getting into the core and releasing. Exhale up and then down. Now we're going to add a little bit of twisting in here. So let's start to rock the right elbow toward the outside of the left knee. Come center, left elbow toward outside of the right knee. So a familiar abdominal crunch. Trying to warm up through our side waist muscles now. Into the obliques. Good. Let's add the left knee coming toward the right elbow, and then the same on the other side. So crossing in and over. Let's do a few more. Working with the flow of your breath, the rhythm of your breath, getting some heat and intensity through the core of the body and building that awareness in the body and in the center. Good. All right, now twisting toward the left. See if you can take the right elbow toward the outside of the left knee. Maybe reach the right arm straight and press the forearm against the outside of the knee. A few more breaths. Good. Let's come through the center and then take it to the other side. Can you bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and then maybe extend your left arm? Press the forearm and the leg together. Good. Come back into the center. One final lift through the middle. Draw the knees in. Squeeze in. Shoulders and head come down. Feet come down. Let's stretch the legs long down the mat here. Open up the hip flexors. Think of lengthening the belly. And we'll add our arms reaching back here too. My nose is super itchy today. See if you can slide your hand, one of your hands, under your back. So there's a little bit of a tunnel there. So as we stretch, it means we're lifting the belly and lengthening the abdominals, right? And lengthening the rectus abdominis. That's outer layer of abdominal muscle. Reach, stretch, breathe. And then let everything settle into a position that's comfortable for you. I've got goalpost arms myself to open up the chest here. And then sliding the left heel towards you to bring your knee facing upward and the left foot on the ground. Same with the right side. Slide your right heel up so that you can bring your legs into that bent knee position. Going to bring the knees into the chest, wrap the hands around the shins or behind the legs, and we're going to rock again. So let's rock towards sitting and then back toward the shoulders. Try this a few times. If rocking is not a good feel for you, just skip it. Skip the rocking and come up into a seated position. So that's where we're headed. Take a few more. That's feeling pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and bring myself up into my seated position. Okay. So take a moment to sit crisscross here. I'm going to grab my folded blanket and move that under the hips. It's a little easier to sit up and having that length through the back. Good. stillness. Let the arms release. Just let them hang down by your sides. Close the eyes, soften the jaw. Feel how you've changed the position as far as gravity is concerned. Come up from the spine into our seated position. And give a couple moments to acclimate. Good. Let's tuck the chin, open the eyes. And then take something that's similar to what we started with the arms, where we wrap. I've got my right arm wrapping on top and the hug around the shoulders. Now, I want to do something similar with the legs. And again, I'm sitting on a folded blanket, so it's a little easier. I'm going to do opposite of my arms. So I want right leg under, left leg on top. Okay, so I've crisscrossed. Right elbow on top, left knee on top, squeezing in toward that center. I'm going to flex my feet a little bit and drive through the heels. Sitting, I can feel the intensity in the hip creases here, in the groins. I'm going to try to let that relax a little bit and ease the sitting bones toward the ground while the spine is tall and lifting through the crown of the head. Breathing in and out. Good. Keep the legs the same as you can and undo. We're going to bring the hands down right in front of the legs here. Tuck the chin, round a little bit, and then lengthen out. Got a slight fold forward with this. So working into the hips, working into the back. You can also do this with hands on blocks here, and legs can be more open, like a crisscross position rather than stacking the knees. All right, let's go one more time. And lengthen. Good. Now, bring your hands around behind you, lean back, unload the legs, and squeeze them together. Bring your arms around if you can, and push your arms against the outer knees and the knees against the arms. I'm turning my feet out just slightly, so there's a little space between the heels, squeezing in. One more breath. The feet will come down, and I'm just going to sit in my crisscross position. Okay, take a big breath in. Let it out. Good. All right, let's bring the arms back up and cross your left arm on top. Okay. Left arm is on top. We'll do opposite with the legs. Let's cross the right leg on top a little further if we can. Squeeze in, wrap in, flex the feet, drive through the heels, settle your hips and sitting bones to the earth. Let yourself breathe, relax your shoulders down a little bit, but keep the elbows a little bit lifted. So we're working toward Gomukhasana with this pose here. This is a variation of it. Getting into the hips, we're going to unwind the arms, bring the hands down, and lean a little forward, long, straight spine. Exhale, round in, tuck the chin, pull the belly back. Lengthen, extend the spine, and out through the top of the head. Exhale, round in. Inhale, lengthen, working into the hips and the low back here. Exhale and round. Inhale for length. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Lift up tall, bring your hands around behind you. Ease back onto the hips, unload the legs. Bring the feet up if you can. Squeeze together at the big toes toward the knees. And then maybe bring the hands around and press the hands or the wrist and the forearm against the outer knee. So arms into the legs, legs press into the arms. Very active here. Pull in the belly, lengthen the spine. Let's take another breath. Good. And then ease it down and move back into that crisscross again. Okay. Sweep the arms out to the sides. Reach and extend out from your shoulders. Palms are up at this moment, opening up with a feel of external rotation through the upper arms. And then we're keeping that opening, but rotating at the elbows so that we face our palms down. Good. Extend through your fingers. Nice. Now bring the hands together at the heart center. Mindfully, palms together, elbows lifting. Exhale, fold forward, bowing in. And then extend up through the arms. Reach your arms up. See if you can straighten your elbows. Maybe interlace the fingers and take the palms to the sky. Again, try to straighten your arms. Make sure your neck doesn't feel too crammed in here. Good. Let's undo. And we'll switch our position into a hands and knees. Okay? I'll take a moment to tie up my hair. We're going to grab those blocks and move to all fours. I'm going to practice with that blanket underneath the knees here for some comfort. And then again, taking the blocks up front, we'll just put them on their middle value for now. Okay, so hands and knees, but hands may be on the blocks. All right, so working on some core strength again. I don't want you to dip the spine down too much and have an arch to the back or a back bend, but rather pull in and flatten the back out a bit. You can see how that space fills up and flattens out. And then pulling the right knee in toward the chest. And take that right leg all the way back, tuck the toes under and press back through the heel. Good. Pull the right knee back into the chest, round in on the exhale. Stretch that right leg back, toes tuck, and lengthen. Press back through the heel. Oh, that feels good. It's a tight right calf muscle. Let's pull it in one more time. Exhale. Round in, chin to the chest, knee to the chest, and the right leg goes back, lengthen the spine, press back through the heel. Good. All right, let's just switch sides here. So exhale, draw that left knee into your chest, rounding in. Extend the left leg back, tuck the toes, press back through the heel, and lengthen through the spine. Let's go again. Exhale it in. Emptying the breath, and then lengthen, press back through the heel, open up that calf muscle. Good. Exhale, round in. And then extend it back, extend through the heel, open up your calf. Nice. And then the knee comes down. We're going to bring the knees a little wider. Big toes maybe touch. I don't want to go too wide with my knees here, but enough that I can drop back and have a little space for the belly to come down in between the thighs, and keeping my hands on top of the blocks to lift the elbows. Give a little bit more space underneath here in the underside of the arms, and melting the chest and the heart toward the floor. Opening up into those armpits. Good, let's go a couple more breaths with this. And then coming forward. Belly pulls in a little bit, and we come up to the knees. We're going to draw that right knee into the chest again, and then step it up between the blocks. Push the legs back, push the hips back so that your right leg straightens. Let's let that right foot touch down toward the floor, so we stretch through the top of the leg, and then pull it back again. Shift your weight forward, tuck your back toes under, move to high lunge, knee above the ankle here, and press back into your back calf, back heel. Lengthen the spine. Breathe. Good. Hands can always come up onto the thigh here instead. We're going to step up to the front of the mat then. So taking the blocks, step to the front. Even your feet out, lengthen your spine, exhale, fold. Breathe. Let go of your shoulders, root down into your feet. Bend the knees, Drop the hips back, circle out the arms, come all the way up to standing, hands to the heart center, and folding right back down into Uttanasana. Good. Let's step back with that left foot. Lower the knee down to the floor. Bring the right leg back. Open up the knee space a little bit. Push back into your extended child's pose. Hands maybe up on top of the blocks here. Allow things to settle in and get lots of space under sides of the arms, side bodies. Good. Give it another breath here. And then let's pull the belly in, lift ourselves up, knees come a little bit more narrow, and the left knee comes in toward the chest. We'll step that left knee up between the blocks, push the hips back to straighten and stretch the left leg right into that hamstring. So remember, we are flattening the left foot down to the floor so we can get into the top of the ankle, tibialis anterior. Ooh, that feels good. Right. All right, let's shift forward again. Tuck the back toes under and straighten into your low lunge, high lunge, runner's lunge. Notice that my knee and ankle are aligned with each other. I'm going to push back into that right heel a little bit to open the calf. Hands on the blocks, hands on the left thigh. Going for length and spaciousness. Right? Breathing. Good. Okay, so a little different here. The left leg is forward and the right leg is back. I'm going to rotate my back heel to the ground and really anchor into that right heel. Going to let the left forearm stay on the thigh and reach the right arm out. I'm rotating the belly now so that I face toward the side of the room. My left palm is up, my right palm is down. Lengthen and try to get a little bit deeper into that lunge. Left knee staying above the ankle. Good. Super powerful in the back leg. Let's go another breath, see if there's any more rotation in there available. And that top arm's going to swing down and pull you up into Virabhadrasana 2. Good. Let's straighten the left leg, reach out. My hips are popping like crazy here. And tip it down to triangle pose. So rather than having my block up high, keeping me high today, I'm going to try to take my block a little bit lower and ease myself into this a little bit deeper. I feel I've been holding back a little bit on some of my postures. And I am just going to kind of get in there a little deeper and see how my body reacts to it. And maybe you could do the same thing. Top arm goes over the top of the head. Sweep that arm and bend the left knee. Bring it back up to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Good. We'll reverse. Breathe, lengthen that left side of your body. Keep opening the left knee toward the pinky toe and a super strong leg from the back leg. Good. Let's come back to Warrior 2. We'll bring our hands down to the blocks. Rotate so the back heel lifts. Step forward to the front of the mat. Big step forward, lengthen the spine. Fold, lay the belly toward the thighs, soften the knees as you like. Let the chin tuck, drop the arms down. Relax the head and the shoulders, maybe straighten the legs. Good, and another breath. Let's come out halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, fold. Circle out your arms, soft knees. Lift strong from your feet all the way up. Hands to the heart center. Pause here in Tadasana for a moment. And exhale, fold back down. Good. Let's step back with that left leg. And pause in our lunge here. So we're getting ready to move from here into warrior two. I'm going to take a moment to switch myself to the other side, so I'm not giving you my back when we do these postures, okay? So right leg is forward and left leg is back. Just going to spin myself around. Here we go. All right. In the lunge, breathing, lengthening, grounding. I'm going to rotate that left heel down. You see how it spins the hip a little forward? And I get this nice external rotation in the right leg. I'm going to come into side angle here, Parsvakonasana. So I'll extend the top arm, left arm over the top of the head. The right forearm can be on the thigh. Right hand on the block. We're going a little deeper. See how it feels. I'm going to keep my forearm on the thigh, but ease into that lunge just a little deeper. Can I use the right buttock muscle and extend it out? Get it spacious toward the back of that right knee. The top arm comes down and then pulls back. So you come up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten that right leg. Send your upper body to the right and then tip that down toward triangle pose. Easing in there as your body allows, maybe stretching the top arm over the top of the head. Super grounded in your heels, balls of the feet, big toes, and bringing all that energy up through the body and out through the top of the head. Super connected. The top arm's going to come down. We'll bend the right knee, bring ourselves back up to warrior two. Knee opens above the ankle here, reversing the warrior. Super strong back leg. This leg is rooted into the earth. The knee is tight and strong. The heel presses. And I'm able to ease into that lunge a little bit more. All right, here we go. We're just going to come over to the right side. Spin the back heel up so that your hips face downward. Pull back with the right leg. Lower the knees. And drop yourself down to child's pose. Straighten the arms, extending. And then hang it out down here a little bit. Let's wrap our arms and let the body rest. Let the shoulders rest. Okay, come up from there, roll up from there. Got all this hair to deal with. All right. So let's come up to standing. We're going to work a little bit in a balance pose. Okay, so I want you to take your two blocks and move that blanket out of the way. Grab those blocks and put the blocks on either side of your feet. Okay, I'm going to shift my screen just a smidge. Good. All right, so hands coming together at the heart center, looking down to see that the feet are pretty even with each other. Standing tall, lots of space in the neck, grounding through the feet. Taking all the actions from the previous postures and the flow that we've been doing and just letting it sink into the body, stabilize into the body. All right, so let's circle the arms down and around, about shoulder height, palms facing forward. Then sit your hips back and sweep your arms forward. Feel the balance between pushing back and reaching forward with the arms. Going low and then coming up high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale the arms down to that side T position. Sit the hips back, sweep the arms forward.
Rise all the way up. And then again, the arms go out to the sides. They're reaching long. Bring the arms toward each other in the front as you sit the hips back. Squeeze in the belly. Inhale, go all the way up tall. Exhale, arms out. Inhale, come forward with the arms. Sit back, exhaling. Inhale, come up. Good. Last time with us. Sweep the arms forward. Sit back into chair. And come all the way back up to the top. And the arms will release down. Good. Okay, so let's try this. This is a little tricky sometimes. See if you can step up on one of your blocks. And if your feet hang off and they're not big enough, then you've got that second block to be able to put the two together sideways or long ways, and giving you a moment to be able to come up a little taller on that block. I'm going to push the foot down into it. I'm on the tippy toe of the right foot. And bring the arms out. At first, the palms are up. I'm extending. Going to keep that external rotation in the shoulders, but then face the palms downward. Super strong arms. Good. Now, can you bring that right knee forward and up? You can tuck the right toes right against the left knee. And we'll breathe. Good. All right, now if this is working for you, see if you can cross that leg over. This is going to be tricky. Cross it over, wrap it around, start to sit back a little bit. Use your arms to help you balance. This is tricky on the block. A lot of attention into the foot, ankle, calf. And as we sit back, we find our balance here. Good. Arms come together, heart center. Bring yourself up and then stepping down back onto the mat. Let your arms rest down. Just reach the arms long, drawing the shoulders a little bit back. Arms are long, body is long and spacious. Good. Let's try side two. Okay. So straighten out my block a little bit here. I'm going to put that right foot up on top. And again, if your foot hangs off on either direction, use that second block to slide it in so you make a thicker, wider base, longer base, wherever you need. Arms are going to go out, palms up and biceps up at first, and rotating from the elbows to keep that super strong connection through the arms. As we can, the left knee comes up and hook that left big toe right beside my inner right knee, making connection. Good. If possible, I'll cross that leg over. That's tricky. Sit back through the hips. Use the arms to help you navigate your balance. Pressing into the heel, all the toes. So that's a little trickier for me. A couple more breaths. Squeeze the legs, keep it strong. Smile on your face. When you're ready, we're coming up and drop it down. Hands coming into the heart center here. Bow for gratitude. Sweep the arms out and up. Lift up nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Over you go. Hands to the blocks or to the floor. Release the neck, the shoulders. Good. Hands up on the thighs. Let's lengthen Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. And then soft knees, but strong legs and back. Lift you all the way up to Urdhva Hastasana. And the hands again down into the heart center. Nice. Okay, so let's come back down onto our hands and knees. Going to use just the forearms on the floor this time. Okay, so try this. Here, I'm going to do this. I come out onto hands and knees, but then lower down onto the forearms. Careful that I'm not dipping the back, but pulling the belly in a little bit, and the gaze is straight down. I can have my arms parallel or fingers interlaced for a little bit more stability. Okay, and we breathe.
Gonna tuck the toes under and think about loading those shoulders a little bit, loading the arms, pressing the hips up. My heels are high, and maybe walking in a little bit to load the shoulders. The head is off the ground, the gaze is down. Press the hips up, get into the length of the calves, hamstrings. Breathing strong in and out. Let the head be off the floor. Relax through the neck. Super strong in the arms and the shoulders. You're going to walk the legs back. Walk the feet back. Coming into our hover position. Tuck the tailbone. Lengthen it toward the heels. Go up through the top of your head. Breathing. All right, so then the knees come down. The hips come down. The toes untuck. I'm going to slide my elbows a little bit more forwards and come into Sphinx pose here. Finding space, finding stability. Good. Let's ease down. Let the hands come wider off your mat and onto your fingertips. Elbows flare wide, chest is lifted, and we're broad from elbow to elbow. Start a little bit of side to side movement here. Lots of body on the ground and allowing this side bending to move a little bit in our cobra. Moving through that upper spine and shoulders. Good. Let's come through the center, bring the hands closer in and right by the chest if we can. Shoulders lift up a little bit, toes tuck, legs are strong. Push to knee plank or full plank, up to you, okay? Back to downward facing dog. Press back, get spacious here. Lengthen, maybe walk your dog out a little bit longer so you're inviting more length and space into the body. I feel like that's a little bit long for me. Nice. All right, let's lower the knees, lower to the forearms, and then try one more time to load the shoulders here. The hands interlaced, you can do it the weird way, or the arms stay parallel. Tucking the toes, pressing the hips up. Pause to feel the weight coming into your shoulders, and then rebound back up away from the ground, up into your hips. Can you walk forward a little bit and load the shoulders a little bit more? Keep tipping the hips up. Keep the neck open and free. Breathing in and out. We're going to walk ourselves back to our hover. Drawing in the belly, super strong, through the core of the body. Good. We'll lay the knees down, hips down. Slide the elbows forward, untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet to the ground. Be in Sphinx mindfully, supporting your body. Good. All right, let's ease the chest down. Turn the elbows out and let your head rest down. Turn to one side. Bend the knees then, widen the knees a little bit, and allow a little bit of movement from side to side with the legs. Easing yourself here. Let's let the head turn it the other way. Bring it back to center with the head. Straighten your legs, tucking your toes under. Lift up a little bit and slide the hands back by your chest. Now you're pushing to knee plank or full plank. Shoulders are back. So we press up and then find our way back into downward facing dog. I'm going to walk myself a little forward, but stay long in the pose. There's plenty of space from the right hand to the right foot, from the left hand to the left foot. Pressing the thighs back, heels back. Opening up through the armpits here.
Breathing in and out. Feel the body. Get into the body, out of the mind. I'm going to come down to the knees and then sit back and let the torso lift up. I'm going to turn to face you. And I got my blocks over here. I'm going to take one of those blocks and actually sit it between the ankles and sit back onto the block. Yeah, good. The tops of the feet are facing down. Take more height here if you need it, and finding more comfort and more lift in your spine. Good. And breathe. So the hips are level here, right? Hips are level, they're even. And take a moment to come back into the leg position that we did earlier. See if this works for you, but sitting up on the block, you could sit on a folded blanket or your bolster, okay? I'm gonna lean to the side and bring my legs out in front, and then bring the left foot underneath and the right leg on top, okay? Readjust just a little bit there. Try to sit evenly in your hips. Flex your feet, drive out through your heels. Bring the front ribs in slightly, moving into the tailbone. Good. Shoulders are level if we can. Nice. All right, so the left arm sweeps up. We got right leg on top, so that means left arm is up top. You're gonna fold that hand down toward the back of the neck or between the shoulder blades. Take the right hand and help move the left elbow in toward the side of the head. So it's not way out here to the side, but rather coming in toward the side of the head. And bring that right arm around and work it up toward the left hand. So there's length through the upper arm and length through the right upper arm as well. Good. The head is even. The hips are as level as you can get them to be here. Undo the arms as you're ready. Lean back a little bit, unloading the legs, and then just switching to the other side. So the right leg goes under and the left leg goes on top. See if you can tighten up those legs in that crisscross. Reach out through your heels, flex your feet. Let that help you find more space in your body. It's active legs in the base of the posture. And then the right left arm is going to sweep up, right? So we have left leg on top, right arm on top. Bring the hand down the back of the head, back of the neck, or between your shoulder blades. See how the arm tends to want to go out to the side? I want to hug that in. I'm going to give a little assistance with my other hand to encourage it in. Finding length. Good, and then I'll sweep that left arm around and behind, working the hands toward each other. Feel the space and length in both of your arms, through your upper arms. One lifting, one lowering. Hips are settled. Good. One more breath and smile like I can hear my kids in the kitchen hanging out. Good. Nice job, everybody. Let's undo and let the arms come down. Let them hang long by your sides. My shoulders are just slightly back so that the arms can feel longer. I'm going to lean back just a little bit, unload the legs, come off the block. Put that over behind, and then spin around. Let's come down on our backs. Oh, that feels good. Good. Couple of breaths here as we just make our way back onto our back body. Palms are up. Arms are soft. Jaw is soft. Let the knees drop together here.
So we're going to lift the heels and then bring the knees into the chest. Take your hands to the tops of the knees. Let's push one knee forward as we pull the other knee in, and then switch and create a little bit of resistance here. So you're pushing the hand into the knee and the knee into the hand. A little bit of resistance here. So this fires up the belly and allows us to work through the hip flexors a little bit, as well as the arms. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is bring the knees centered. Put your hands to the outsides of the knees. Press your hands against your outer knees. Press your outer knees against your hands, creating resistance. Bring the hands inside and do the same thing. Press the hands to the inner knees into the hands. Create resistance. All right, let's switch back and forth. Press out with your knees, in with your hands, and press in with your knees and out with your hands. You're just going to switch back and forth. It's not a big movement. It's a stabilizing movement around the sacrum and deep into the core of the body, pulling the belly in just a little bit. And go a couple more of these. Create your own resistance. Press the legs into the hands and the hands into the legs. Okay, let's go through one more cycle. We'll end with the hands on the outsides. Slide the hands around the backs of the knees. Open the legs apart. This might be where you stay, or you could wrap your hands around the fronts of the shins. Otherwise, maybe moving to happy baby, we bring the legs up. The hands can go up toward the ankles. Maybe grab onto the feet and draw the knees down. Draw the hips down, knees down, shoulders down. Nothing forceful, but just grounding, right? Surrendering, grounding. Open up the jaw a little bit. Maybe squeeze your toes and spread them out. Last couple of breaths here. Good. Undo with the hands. Bring the legs closer together. Now try wrapping your right leg around your left. Drop your left foot to the ground. Let's open the arms and then allow the legs to fall to the left side. I have a block here, which I'm going to use. I'm going to support my legs as I come into this twist. So, see if I can figure out how I want to do this. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's better. My block's sliding. There we go. I can't get it. I want to support my legs for me because my right low back is tight. I'm just going to let the hands rest on the rib cage and the belly. Soften the shoulders and the neck, allowing the twist to happen here in the belly. The organs are twisted and squeezed as we twist. Maybe rock the head a little bit from side to side. Relax your hips. Relax your feet. Let's take it to the other side, okay? So legs come back up, uncross. I'm going to center the hips for a moment. Crossing the other leg on top. And then allowing the legs to twist over to the right side. I'm going to support my legs again. I'm trying to keep the body pretty even and supported, just not overdoing for my back. Hands rest on the belly and the rib cage again. So the elbows are a little flared. The shoulders are dropping into the earth. Your legs are toward the right so that the belly and the organs twist to the left. And just lie here and breathe. Feel your body. And when that that feels like you're ready to come out, take your time. Help the legs come back up into center. Unwrap. Center yourself. Good. Any other move or shift or anything that you need to do to feel complete? I'm just going to take my legs up for a moment, get a little bit of drainage from the legs down into the hips here. I'm also going to take a moment to curl up and push my blocks toward the end of my mat a little bit, so that when I decide to come down, my feet can find the blocks. I'm going to press them out a little bit evenly, and then see if I can support underneath the calves. I'm actually going to scooch myself back for this and find that the meaty part of the calf lands on top of the block, so it spreads that calf muscle. The feet can dangle. Slide that blanket up here so I can put it under the back of my head. Let's rest for a little bit together. Okay. Soften your body down. Open the legs, open the arms. And watch your breath come in through the nose and move down into the space of your rib cage. Expanding the lungs, inner circumference of the ribs, and exhaling and letting everything surrender. Follow your breath in through the nose, down through the length of your arms, into the softness of your palms and fingers. Follow your breath in through the nose and down into the lower body, all the way out through the soles of your feet and your toes. Everything letting go. Soften your forehead, your eyes, your temples, your scalp. A soft smile at the corners of the eyes and the mouth. The jaw releases from the upper jaw. Take a moment to take the tongue and take it across the back of your teeth. Go around the back of each tooth on the top and each tooth on the bottom. And then see if you can bring the tongue around to sweep across the front of the teeth. On the top of the front and top teeth. Front and back teeth, or front and bottom teeth. And then swallow. Relax your throat, relax your mouth. Allow your eyes to stay closed, but let them shift from side to side, like you're looking to the right and looking to the left. Easy movement, eyes right and left. Let the ligaments, any tissues in the eyes release. Bring it all back to center and rest. Going for stillness, spaciousness, and surrender. Allow the breath to soothe you and relax you. Moving through the layers of tissue and bone and going deeper and deeper into the body, into peace and stillness. Keep slowing down the breath. As you rest, can you find a little bit more space in your breath? Perhaps space at the end of the exhale or the end of the inhale, maybe both. Welcome to stay in this resting place, Shavasana, for as long as you have the time. If you're ready to move out of the practice and get connected back into your day, take a moment to deepen your breath. Make a few little movements in your fingers and your toes and roll yourself to your right side, maybe using your right arm under your head like a pillow. And after a couple of breaths, use your left hand to help you push into the ground to come up. As you're doing that, turn the head, the chest down toward the floor and allow yourself to come up. And you'll move into a seated position. Take a couple more breaths here together, acclimating into this upright position. Let's close the eyes. Feel the body settling and rooting and all the space that we've been able to open up in the body today. Sit for a couple more rounds of breath here to connect body, mind, heart, and breath all together as one. The hands coming together at the heart center and bowing the head to the heart. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. And whenever you are practicing and watching this video, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear how it worked out for you today. And just ending with a little shot of Chuck here. Hi, bud. Chuck has enjoyed our practice together. Haven't you, buddy? All right, everybody. Take care. From Kelly and Chuck. Namaste.